Some days at work are really, really cool. It has arrived, the all-new Range Rover, the 5th generation. This is my first time I've seen this car in the flesh. I've seen the photos, and it lives up to everything they've said. It's unmistakably a Range Rover, but at the same time, it is ultra modern. A new Range Rover is a genuinely big deal in the car world. Why? Well, this is only the 5th new Rangie in 52 years. Now, I just wanted to put that into perspective with another great British icon. In that same time period, there have been 11 different Doctor Who's. And as we time travel through the Range Rover's evolution, the lineage is unmistakable. That clamshell bonnet, the split tailgate and floating roof is still there. But this newest generation is as big a jump forward as the first was. While the Range Rover is officially a luxury SUV, it really does march to its own beat. I've got the key in my pocket, and every time I walk near to the car, it senses me, it invites me in, the doorstep comes out. And I've got to say, you'll see it too, inside is so luxurious. And that's the thing about the Range Rover. It is up there with any luxury car on the planet, but at the same time, it has off-road capability to match any SUV, in fact, better any SUV. See, most car makers pick one thing for their car to be good at. The Range Rover, well, its goal is to be the best at everything. Now, it's a big car, especially in this long wheelbase 7-seat version. Yes, that's a Range Rover first, 7 seats. It's 5.2 metres long and 1.87 metre tall. There's no hiding the fact this car has presence in not just the size. In typical Range Rover fashion, it is properly imperious, but it does it with a very clean design. You know, a lot of car makers try to make their car have this sort of presence. Some look foolish trying to do it, but not the Range Rover. I'm trying to think of a way to describe this design. Minimalistic Access is about the best thing I can come up with. From the floating 13.1-inch PV Pro entertainment system to the switchgear, I've read the spec sheet. This car is loaded, but it's also understated. Now, I've used the PV Pro in the new Defender. It's a quantum leap for the brand, and it's fast, intuitive, and now features Amazon Alexa along with CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaking of tech, this car has 69 computers on board. Each one can be updated over the year. To tell you how fast they go, the system can handle over 22,000 network messages at once. The tech and the styling are all very tomorrow, but once you're on board, it actually feels like Sunday every time you drive. I am driving right now, listen. Noise and vibration are reduced by 24%. And then there's active noise cancelling. It uses microphones inside the wheel arches. They intercept the noise and cancel it before it comes into the cabin. I'm not making this stuff up. It works with the 1600 watt Meridian sound system with 35 speakers. That means each of the 7 passengers gets individual noise cancelling. And it's not just the noise that can be cancelled. If you don't like where a passenger sits, you can disappear them as well. The car can also banish smells. A system called Cabin Air Purification Pro 3. It reduces odors and has a scientifically proven filtration system to reduce viruses and bacteria, including COVID. And there's a whole lot of clever going on underneath me. Underneath this clever aluminium chassis, there's air suspension and Land Rover's Dynamic Response Pro, which works with the navigation. It sees the road ahead and sets the car up. It's all about taking bends and bending the laws of physics, which is handled by Bilstein twin-tube variable dampers and a 48-volt active anti-roll bar system. The result is a level of composure which, even on a bumpy road like this, really is otherworldly. Now, I mentioned the laws of physics before. Now, this is the longest production Range Rover ever. So, in theory, its length would be its Achilles heel. But no. Thanks to all-wheel steering, even this long wheelbase Range Rover has a smaller turning circle than not only the original Range Rover, but some hatchbacks, 11.5 metres. The standard wheelbase will go under 11 metres. Okay, so it's a world away from the hose-out interior of the original Range Rover, but don't mistake comfort for going soft. even if you can option hot stone massage seats in the SV version. The Range Rover has always been great off-road, so don't be fooled by the slick design. This is the best yet. That trick suspension and four-wheel steering add even more to the off-road capability. Unfortunately, I've been told I'm not allowed to demonstrate all the off-road capabilities. So this little wee detour onto the beach is as wild as I can get. So here is what a 900mm wading depth looks like, along with the 34.7 degree approach angle and 29 degree departure angle, and of course the 294mm of ground clearance. And to cap off the usefulness, the electrically deployable tow bar is standard, and this P530 will tow 3.5 tons. This P530 autobiography long wheelbase is the most powerful in the range, with 390 kilowatts. Now it's worth noting it only has a touch more grunt than the P510e plug-in hybrid, which also offers over 100 kilometers of pure EV range. Roving. A full EV is also planned, and there is a 3-litre twin-turbo diesel available, the D300. At Archibald and Shorter, pricing starts at $214,900 right up to the long wheelbase SV at $389,900. Well, this autobiography is plumb in the middle at $289,900. This car has an annoying trait, and that's that it's good at everything. It's like the first 15 captain who's also the school dux, leading the school play. Your girlfriend says she'd rather be with him. He does volunteer work. But he's such a nice bloke, you don't begrudge any of it. In fact, you want to spend time with him.